Well, good morning, everybody. I got to make this short and sweet. Had some things go on this morning and way behind time now and got to get off to the co-op. Um, okay, Luke 19. Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus didn't know Jesus. Probably never heard him speak. Zacchaeus had heard all kinds of things about him. Got to remember that one of his own, a tax collector, was a disciple of Jesus, walked away from his tax collecting table and the whole bit, Matthew. And so Zacchaeus was curious, who is this Jesus? And he wanted to see him. He wanted to know him. He wanted to see him. So he did what he did. He climbed up into a tree so he could have a better vantage point. But Zacchaeus, being a tax collector, would have been an extremely lonely man. The only people that he'd get to hang out with is everybody else that the proper society considered to be rejects. And he was considered a traitor as a tax collector for Rome. And nobody really would have anything to do with him. He would have, we all know that when they collected the tax, they also lined their own pockets. So there would have been a lot of abuse of funds at that time, and a lot of unforgiveness. So in his loneliness, Jesus saw him. Maybe you've never suffered from loneliness. Maybe you've led such a blessed life that you've never been at a place where you've been forsaken and left alone and really don't have anybody, or maybe not forsaken, but you chose to withdraw from people and you went through a period of loneliness. If so, you know what a life-preserver moment it is when somebody notices you, when somebody befriends you, when somebody gives you the dignity of their presence. They give you the privilege of having somebody to talk to care about. And that's what this moment was for Zacchaeus. Jesus stopped and noticed him. Of everybody in the crowd, Jesus noticed him and wanted to spend time with him. Man, that must have been an electrical moment for him. And it was supernatural. Suddenly Zacchaeus feels this warmth and love and acceptance, and something he probably has never felt since being a tax collector. And probably before that, because you'd have to have a certain mindset to be a tax collector. And in this moment, suddenly he's so overcome that he just he just does what comes to heart. I'll give half my possessions away to the poor. And if I've wronged anybody, and imagine how many people he wronged, if I've wronged anybody, I will pay them back 4 times the amount. It's way beyond what the law required. Contrast that with the rich young ruler. The rich young ruler who couldn't give up his possessions. Jesus even invited him to come and be one of his disciples. He looked into his heart and loved him. But he couldn't walk away from his possessions. And here, Zacchaeus, simply because he was noticed and included, without being asked, generously gave away his wealth. Wow, that's repentance. That is repentance. That's what repentance looks like. But notice how Jesus does evangelism. Jesus does evangelism simply by noticing people. Jesus does evangelism by simply accepting people and including people, making them feel loved and accepted. He didn't condemn Zacchaeus. He wanted to spend time with him. He loved him. He said he didn't come to condemn the world. He came to save it. And here was one he wanted to save, Zacchaeus. Maybe if we were there, we would have considered that he wasn't worth saving. But Jesus says he's worth saving. Jesus says everybody's worth saving. And he set for us an example that we should be following, not standing in judgment of people, but befriending people, loving people, accepting people, getting into their lives, letting them see Christ demonstrated through us, through generosity, through love, through acceptance. Lots of stuff there to think about. So you have a wonderful and blessed, incredible day. Be used by God today. Listen. Seek words for people. Just ask the Lord to speak to you about people around you and speak encouragement into their lives. They need it. They need Christ, and they need Christ through you. You be blessed. Have a great day.